In a time unknown, only
When
a
darkness
prophet hope
veils the
alive
world,
in
the
the
King
people's
of
hearts
Light
shall come. Now 4 brave warriors begin their journey. What awaits the 4, however, they do not know.
Quickly, before he strikes again! Here it comes!
Wait, are you sure this is the right game? Oh, no, sorry, it's Kingdom Hearts 4. My mistake, carry on.
Now that's comedy.
Oh boy, Final Fantasy XV. A game with a long history, but for me, well, it was my first ever Final Fantasy game. Yes, all these years I didn't know anything about the franchise, only that one time I saw a trailer for this game and thought, gee, this is such a realistic looking game that isn't Call of Duty. Then I realized no one in my immediate circle cared about these kinds of games, so nothing happened. But out of the blue, FF15 came roaring back in with a huge marketing push. And yes, I got swept up in the hype, buying the game at launch, even streaming it, but then the internet happened and people really disliked this game. Well, what did I think of it? Just stick around, kiddos, it might shock ya.
Sure, why not?
And yes, I decided to play the PC version because, for some reason, Square Enix managed to get the rights to use these characters in the game.
Wait, what?
So it follows Prince Noctis,
Oh yeah, I'm game.
who sets out to marry his childhood sweetheart, Lady Lunafreya, while joined by his best buddies, Bear
Gunboy.
and Glasses. The game then puts out an exceedingly long loading screen, which I guess was to magically transform the bros into, these characters.
Wait, what?
Seems like our royal buddies ain't got the best luck as their car breaks down, leading to this iconic scene.
Hey there, y'all kept a girl waiting. Now, which one's the prince?
Here I am.
So yes, this is Cindy, and let's fix that up before someone sees. Oh yeah, that's much better.
Would y'all mind making a little delivery for me?
We're a little busy. How could you say no to Cindy?
Thought you'd say yes.
Wait, you didn't hear me, I said no! Oh, she doesn't have ears.
My business.
So I guess while she repairs the luxury car, we do some monster hunting and get to learn a bit of the combat. I'll get to it later on, but the combat for this is, interesting.
Well, y'all don't look much like hunters.
I mean, Samus is a bounty hunter, so I don't know what you're on about, mate.
It would be wise to rest up before we set out.
Gee, thanks, Nia. Always looking out for me.
You what?
So as you'll see, the game is extremely open world, and you stumble upon these campsites, which restores your health and such, plus giving you the most recognizable thing about this game, it's hyper-realistic food. And apart from leveling up here, the game adds an extremely cool feature with the camera. So in-game you can take screenshots and such with the photo mode, but throughout an in-game day, the AI will randomly take photos of things, mostly in action poses, and you can view these at the campsite. Trust me, these are so enjoyable as you honestly never know what they'll do, plus it adds an incentive to actually use the campsite frequently. Well, camping seems a bit too much for Samus over there. Anyway, after a little scrounging around, we return to Cactus to find our car all fixed. And here is where you get another memorable feature of the game, the driving. So at launch all you could do was drive on the roads, but they did add a feature to drive off-road. However, you need to do a lengthy side quest to get that feature later on. But the game really wants you to feel how authentic the driving is.
I think I better score my own wheels.
I mean, you even have a fuel gauge, which, yes, you do need to fill up at a gas station, otherwise you get a situation like in the intro. It's kind of weird how the game is in the mindset where it wants to be extremely realistic at times, but then you have things like a giant death bird dive bombing you out of nowhere.
A live hurricane? That thing's like half bird, half storm, half airship.
You realize that's 3 halves.
Yeah, sure, pick on me, buddy. And so we head to the port town to board a ship to take us to kind Lady Lunafreya. But on the way at a pit stop, we are greeted by the goodest boy, who gives us a notebook. And yeah, in a place with phones, cars, and stalking cacti, the way the prince and his future bride communicate is through a messenger dog. I mean, sure, it's adorable, and probably safer since enemies might tap the lines, but is this really the most practical way to talk to your future waifu princess? Anyway, let's see what she said.
Dear Noctis, how are you? I helped some poor people today. They said they needed some money, so I bought them a country. It was the least I could do. Also, if you need me to buy some more of your favorite hair gel before you arrive, let me know. From your caring future waifu, Luna.
Ah, that Luna. What a nice person. Always looking out for me.
Hey! I see the sea!
I see it too.
How funny.
So we arrive at the seaport town, however are interrupted by an interesting guy.
I'm afraid you're out of luck.
Jafar tells us that the boats have not yet arrived and that there may be attacks in the capital. Bit odd to just tell a stranger that, but okay. We head to the wharf where this dude
Pleasure.
says the boats won't arrive for another day. Alrighty, guess I can stay at the hotel. Okay, wait, Nia, calm down, I'll get you some food.
Hey, do you serve anything a cat might like?
That the best pickup line you've got?
Look, lady, please just give me the menu.
Take a look at the menu.
Wait, you're charging how much for food? I think I'll find my own, thank you very much. On second thoughts, maybe it's safer at the hotel.
Sounds great.
Then, randomly, the game switches to some hyper-realistic cutscene showing us a battle between some attackers and our father the king. Fun fact that may not be accurate, this is actually from the prequel movie King's Glaive that released before the game, and Square was like, well, no one watched it, so might as well chuck in the scenes in the game. We spent a lot of money on that CGI. The next morning, Nia brings us the shocking news that our dad died in that attack, and that the kingdom has been overthrown, with the papers also reporting that Luna and us are dead. Well, we know a third of that info is incorrect and angrily head back to the capital to see if this is true. But when the group try to go there, they see a roadblock with the attacking army, seemingly having overrun the city. So Noctis uses his phone, but you know he should have used to call Luna, to instead call this guy named Core, a servant of the king who does confirm our father has died, and that we should meet him at Hammerhead. We reach there and find him in a tomb of the past king, and Core tells us that if we wish to take back the throne, we should go to the tombs of the past kings to claim their power. I guess he's Mr. Tutorial, because we gotta do the second one by ourselves. Okay everyone, no need to be alarmed. I have everything under control.
Wait.
Where did Samus go? Hi Shrek. What did you do to Samus? Okay, you don't want to talk? Alright.
I'll always be watching you.
Yeah, this isn't creepy at all.
OMG.
Okay, so we got the second blade. I guess it will be a good time to get into the combat. And the first thing you should know, despite all the possible crazy combos, just hold the square button.
What?
As this allows Noctis to phase away from attacks at the cost of his magic bar. This will be important in the wild open fields when a bunch of enemies will attack you, where you can then just duck and dodge your way out. After this you can counter-attack, further leading into things like team attacks. And if any of this is too much, you can just warp strike out and hang there while your buddies suffer. This is Noctis' main ability, to summon weapons and teleport to them. It's good to chase down targets, escape battles, and yes, travel faster. Now a lot more of the technical combos that can be unlocked in the skill tree with AP points, including the ability to actually control your party members in battle. When I heard this was patched into the game, I kinda was hoping it was to control them whenever you want, but no, it's only in combat. Your teammates do have different abilities like a gun or berserker-like sword. Oh yeah, you also have magic, which you craft spells by absorbing these elements, usually found near campsites. They do quite a bit of damage depending on what you make, but be warned, there is friendly fire. So then, with this combat, we go to practice it by taking out an invading force, the Niflheim army. And after an awkward scene that felt like it was added into the game after the fact, and I believe it was because of how awkward it fit in,
Yeah.
we then get more open worldness in the next region. Now here is where the game really opens up, as you can do so much more things instead of, well, the actual story. And the first thing I want to do is ride some chocobos.
For real?
But oh no, it seems as if we can't, cause there's this huge monster eating them. And well, I guess me and my bros gotta deal with it.
Sounds great.
Now despite being an open world game, this sort of thing is kinda scripted. As in, he's locked in a circular area that only has one way to enter. And when you do, the fog magically rolls in. But we hear some beast in the distance and Goofy tells us to keep quiet.
Hold up.
So this is the behemoth, a huge monster that we have to take down. One thing I will applaud the game is how small and tiny you feel compared to these beasts. I like that feature in sci-fi games like this, where humans aren't the top dog in these worlds. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, we got Shrek on our team. We can't possibly lose.
Yeah!
See, I told you.
You don't say.
Also, one thing I did notice while replaying this is that the first time, this actually felt scary and intimidating. But once you know it is kinda scripted, it feels a bit forced, like you have to enter the arena this certain way to get the full cutscene. So as our reward for defeating it, we get to hire a chocobo, the Final Fantasy staple, that you can then ride around. Well, that's no good for the poor bird's back. But here is my one! I named it Big Bird, he's very fluffy and he likes to eat mac and cheese and... Oh no! I gave him too much mac and cheese! Also, yes, Goofy and Nia said they had to take care of something, so now we have Donald Duck and Ryuji on our team. But before we head out, we see the old goodest boy again with another message from Luna, meaning that she is alive and well. Oh, I wonder what my dear sweet bride-to-be has to say.
Yo, Noctis, what the heck? Why is it taking so long? The poor people here are getting so needy. God, I hate them so much. I wish they would all just burn. Anyway, don't keep me waiting. Oh, by the way, I did not buy the hair gel that you like. Try a different hairstyle, okay, honey?
Wait a minute. Something sounds different about her. She always loved my anime spiky hair. And did she just sound a bit more mean? Something's wrong here. Guess we gotta go hurry. And the next place on the way is Lestalem, as old Ryuji here wants us to pick up his sister, Iris. And why, here she is now. Oh,
I like it.
oh my goodness, that was just a dream. She doesn't really look like that, right? I better go check on her. Wait, Ryuji, your sister. She looks like my waifu Luna.
You for real?
But she's my bride-to-be, so that means you'll be my brother-in-law? Oh, that's pretty cool.
About Lady Lunafreya. I keep hearing she was in town.
Hang on. Aren't you Luna? Why are you talking about her like she isn't here? Guys, hello? Why is no one saying anything?
You know, Noct, this almost feels like a date.
Hold up.
Oh, we better keep it quiet then. And besides, you already have Lady Lunafreya.
Wait a minute, something is wrong here. Aren't you my waifu?
Stop being so stressed out, Noctis, honey. But you better watch your back.
Wait, what?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry.
Okay then.
That's it. What's up, Iggy?
Now while all this is happening, including going to a very confusing ice cave that never ends and there's so many monsters, just please stop.
Is this your idea of a joke?
No.
Nice.
Noctis gets all these visions. As in, this region, there is a famous landmark of a titan catching a meteor. But it seems like the stone titan is actually speaking to us. So I guess with the weird things happening, it's a good time for that old sexy weirdo to appear.
You don't say.
He tells us the only way to cure the headaches Noctis has been having is to meet up with the Titan. Kinda strange how you know I have these visions, but okay, fine, I'll go there. Just for you. Jafar is really happy at this and says to follow his car, as the place is crawling with Niflheim soldiers, but he somehow can let us through. We then approach the Titan and through some bonding time with Ryuji, manage to speak with it, who then forges a bond with us, becoming a power we can use later in the game. This is the summon feature, which you will see later on, and it usually happens when you're low on health. Randomly a prompt will appear to summon them to absolutely wreck the battle. And well, forming a bond with him kind of removes him, so like nothing is holding the meteor up, and down the place crumbles. However, Jafar comes in on a ship as he reveals he's the Chancellor of Niflheim. Reminds you of another Chancellor, and he'll help us out of there. Guess we have no choice but to accept, and so he frees us but somehow doesn't capture us and lets us go. But we then learn that our precious car has been captured by the Niflheim Empire. I mean, I ain't warp striking all the way, so I guess we gotta get it back.
You don't say.
But before that, the game leads us to another cave with the king's weapon that also houses this Medusa-looking snake creature.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
And we got another summon to join us, this time being Thor, Zeus, Lightning Boy, whatever you want to call him. Anyway, I guess it's finally time to get our car back by sneaking into the Imperial base. And you know what that means? It's time for the stealth section. Also, yes, don't question why 2B, Organization 13 Prompto,
Organization 13!
and a Bathtub Gladio are here. They told me it was their special sneaking outfits.
Amazing. Mission complete. That right there.
We managed to get to the car, but trigger the alarm. And I mean, we have a literal god's power on our side. So, Zappy Boy, just, obliterate the place. And then as we leave with the car, we get interrupted by this angry boy, who tells us that he's the brother of Lady Lunafreya. Wait, she has two brothers now. I'm warning you to stay away from my sister, for your own safety. Also, brother, move, your feet stink. So angry brother leaves and we just sit there in the car like, why did he tell us to watch out for his sister? Something is wrong here.
You don't.
Now I want to mention, as you probably have seen by now, the story can feel a little disjointed, even despite my best attempts. I guess that can all be due to the scenes that are added in after the game's initial release and how light the original story was. But to be honest, as I'm sure a lot of people can agree, your first game in a franchise or series is usually your favorite, or holds some nostalgic value for you. And that is the case with me and 15. Yes, I am aware of all its story problems and the nature of how it shows you the story, and even though this is meant to be a complete edition, it still feels lacking. But I had so much fun with this on my first playthrough and recently. However, there are still some little issues I want to mention, like the loading time. Even on PC, the game takes ages to load. Want to fast travel somewhere, be prepared for this. And the other thing would be the combat. Now I know you can do some crazy things with it, but it felt a bit off to me. I think the best way I can say this is with the running, as when you run, you do a jog, then a sprint. But when you stop, you don't stop immediately. Instead, you slow down, you know, like a real human. This adds to the game's insistence on realism, but I think it hinders the gameplay. It just doesn't feel fun to run around in this game. But then again, I guess a huge redeeming quality for this game is the music. As oh my goodness, do I love this soundtrack. It's composed by the Kingdom Hearts person, so I'm sure most of you can agree. There are some really good songs here. But it's just kind of a shame that in an age where this game sold amazingly well and brought in so many new people to the series, it just could have done a lot better. But I want to stress, I still love the game a lot. From the designs, the characters, the music, and other things.
Nice.
But anyway, getting back to the story, we then get another letter from Luna out of nowhere.
Oi, get over to this base. I need to have a word with you.
Okay. So onto the base we go, sneaking in, destroying some mechs, when all of a sudden... Wait, Luna, why are you attacking me?
Don't be a fool, Noctis. But didn't you know that I work for Niflheim?
No, this can't be true.
Oh, but it is. Or is your memory failing you?
What about him?
Well, they'll not take you forth. Visit the Archean and hear his plea. I can take you.
So you were using me this whole time?
Of course, honey. In fact, it was I, Luna, who killed your father.
Oh no! Oh, thank goodness, it was just a dream. Okay, wait. Why is this door all funny? God damn it.
So you know, it's hot where we're going. Will the camera fare all right?
As long as I avoid open flames, it should be okay.
Hold up.
Trojan, RamZaes, Magnum, Sheik!